Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum to all of you. How are you all? I hope you will be doing good. I'm your teacher, Ma'am Zeni from Wise School. Okay, students, let's start our lesson. Today we'll do active and passive voice of past indefinite tense. So, students, recently we have done past indefinite tense. So, what is the English identification of past indefinite tense? Do you remember that? We use the second form of verb in past indefinite tense. Here are the rules to change past indefinite tense into passive voice. The first rule is object becomes subject. Here is an example for you. He wrote a check. Can you tell me what is object in this sentence? A check. A check is object here. So it will become subject. Right here you can see that in the second line we have made it subject. So this is the first rule. Object becomes subject. Then what is the second rule? We add helping verb. Helping verb of past indefinite tense for passive voice are was and were. There are two helping verbs. What are these? Was and were. Was helping verb is used for singular nouns and pronouns. So, if our subject is singular, it is one person or one thing, then we use was. And if our subject is plural or it is more than one, then we use were with that. Always remember that with you use were, okay? And then the third rule is form of verb. So, in all passives, we use the third form of verb. So, do you know that? Yes, I hope that in present indefinite tense, we have also used third form of verb for passives. So remember that in all passive voice sentences, we use only third form of verb. So next move towards the next rule, and that is preposition. Okay, the preposition that we use after form of verb is by. So in all passive voices, by preposition is used. And then comes the last rule. Subject becomes subject. Subject becomes object. So if your subject is he, it will become him. She becomes her. They become them. We become us. I become me. So here I have mentioned those subjects which change when they become object, and some nouns and pronouns are not changed, like you and names specifically they do not change. So here the example is he wrote a check. In this example, a check object will become subject. After that, we will add helping verb with check. we will use was because check is singular. It is one thing. A check was, then third form of write is written and wrote is the second form. So always remember, if there is second form of verb in a sentence, then you have to use was or were helping verb and then third form of verb after that for passive voices. Then preposition by, and in the last subject will change into object. He will become him. I hope that past indefinite passive voice sentence structure is clear. If it is not clear to you, if there is any confusion, you can check again the video. Here are examples of affirmative sentence structure of passive voice. So do you know that what are affirmative sentences? Yes, simple sentences are called affirmative sentences where there is no question and they are not negative and not interrogative sentences. So, if your sentence is simple, then you have to change it according to this structure. First comes subject and then helping verb, then third form of verb, then by, and in last comes object. Here are some examples. He wrote a letter. So a letter will come in the start as it has become subject in the second sentence. A letter subject, it is one. So we shall use was helping verb with it. A letter was written by him. It is the same example like before. Then the next example is Sarah cooked food. Can you tell me what is subject and what is object? Sarah is subject, food is object. We will change our object into subject. Food will come in the start in the next sentence. As it is past indefinite tense, we have used here the second form cooked. So we have this idea that we will use was or were helping verb for that. If your sentence is simple past tense, then we shall use was or were helping verb. So after food, we shall use was. Food was, then cooked is also the third form of cook. Food was cooked by Sarah as our subject has become object now. Then third example, they played football. Football will come in the start. As it is one game, so we shall write was with it. Football was. Then third form of play is played. Football was played by, they will change into them. Football was played by them. So students, I hope this past indefinite passive voice sentence structure is clear to you. Here are some sentences for your practice. We watched horror movie. So keep in mind after verb horror movie it is object. So you will take it in the start this object horror movie. Now horror movie will be the subject. Ali bought a shirt. Police caught a thief. Aslam washed the car. My father brought LCD. You took my money. So, students, you have to practice these sentences so that you can do it by yourself. If there is any confusion, you can ask me. If you find any difficulty, you can ask me again. Thanks. Take care of yourself. Goodbye. Allah Hafiz.